I hope you had a great lunch. So now let's get ready for a dynamic panel discussion on navigating the growth of D2C brands in the Indian market. This discussion will be moderated by SMB Connect's Senior Program Manager, Ms. Ambika Yadav. Our panelists will be Ranjini, Director, Play Toys, Surya Prakash, Founder, Wiser by the Mile, and Mr. Vivek Loganathan, EVP Growth, Social Meet. Let's welcome the team on stage with a huge round of applause.
Hello, everybody. So, as we are talking about D2C brands, Bharat D2C brands, and we are here in Chennai, talking about the brands and knowing their own story at their hometown is very important. And when I talk about like Bharat D2C, we figured out many of the brands who were based in Chennai and doing very well as terms of D2C. So we have Mrs. Ranjini, Director Play Toys, Vivek Loganathan, he is EVP Growth Social Beat, Surya Prakash, Wiser by the Mile. So I'll be like asking them their introduction, how they started and why the product that they chose. Over to you.
Hi, thanks for SMB for the opportunity. So when I heard about this D2C and about this panel discussion, I thought I'm going to be talking from my own experience. Okay. So I'm a manufacturer of wooden toys and Montessori materials. So when we started, we have our production unit here in Chennai and in Bangalore. So when we started, my initial idea was to start and I'll manufacture and I'm going to give it to other businesses like retailers, resellers, shops, marketplaces, and they are going to sell for me and my job will be to manufacture the product. And then when we went, like every entrepreneur, I thought my products are best and they should be selling more. So when this did not go at a pace what I expected, then I thought, why not go directly reach my clients as such? So when we did that, I understood with a reseller or retailer or anybody or marketplace, my product is one of many products they are selling. It's not a single thing, right? But if they come to my platform, my product, the clients has their entire focus only on my products, my platform and the services which I offer. So this gave me like, a hope that, okay, let me do it on my own. We will take it directly to the consumers. And it worked very well because in the initial, I'm not even saying long term or something, initial 1 or 2 weeks itself, we had very good feedbacks from the clients. Feedbacks in terms of good appreciation and also feedbacks. Like, there was a parent who had said, I had purchased one of your product, okay? And my product mainly targets schools, parents, the children who are using it, okay? They are the end customers. Children are the end customers. So their mom once told me, my child has this left brain palsy. And I have spent so much on therapies and everything. And the products are very expensive when you buy from outside. So, but when I bought yours, I found it very useful. It was very affordable, reasonable also. I was able to give this because I avoided all the middleman commission, the margin, everything. I was able to give it at my manufacturing base price to the client. And one is pricing, and next is our growth with products and services also. So in the beginning, we started with like 7 products. And as we are talking to the client, right, I'm available to the client, my team is available to the client, anything they need, their needs or something, they can communicate to us. They can tell us, see, we are on the lookout for this. And it's generally not like one person is looking out for that. That person is representing that community. That's right. What we have found it over the years. That person is representing that community. So, and I have an advantage where if I am going through a reseller or retailer, I have to manufacture like 1,000 products, make a packaging, sell, give it out in the market, have a pricing, give it out in the market, and I have to wait and see for it to sell. In my case, I can make as less as 50 or 100 products because I am hearing a direct need of the client and I can take it forward.
Right.
So this has worked tremendously well because we have gone from 7 products to 176 products now in the catalog. And the next thing with services also, okay. So this COVID time, it worked out to us like, I'm dealing with a category called Montessori education, okay. Montessori has been for over 100 years. But now it's getting a good reach with parents and educators. Now what happens is when I go with Montessori, parents are like, see, we are seeing the values, okay. We are seeing the values, we know it's very good, we are seeing everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, social media, we are seeing it everywhere. But I don't know how to use it. If I ask for some training or a course or something, they are saying it goes on for a year. So simplify this for me. I cannot ask a parent to go and take a training for a year, correct? So now we are also providing training services, simplified training services where you just have to download. Whenever you're free, go into our portal, okay, and access the topic which you want, which is like 3-5 minutes. You can teach your child. Product sells, parents are accessing our portal more, and they are looking what else we have for the future.
Right. So Ranjana has simplified the definition of D2C brands. Actually, this is the education that we are educating people. What is D2C? Why people needs to shift directly from manufacturing to like selling their products directly to the consumer and getting the reviews, feedback and everything direct from the customers. So you are not talking to any retailer or wholesaler for that. Surya, what's your story?
Hi, I'm Surya Prakash. I'm from Wiser by the Mile. So as the name suggests, I was just passed out of college and I wanted to do something on my own, and I started biking. So that is when I found out that there is not a lot of motorcycling gears, and these are protective gears, right? They're responsible for saving someone's life during the event of an accident, and a lot of people actually go on motorcycling trips, and it's an ever-growing market. So at that time, that is when I thought, okay, Chennai being the hub for leather manufacturing, and we have access to leather, we have a lot of manufacturing units over here, why don't we come up with our own leather motorcycling gear? So that is when we started working, and it was, rightly
So
said
mind
during-
you, the leather jackets that Surya sells is around, starting from 27,000?
Yeah. it's
Starting was
32
on
now.
27,000. I was like a bit astonished why people will not go for the other brands, specifically the named brands, and like go for the Wiser the Mile. So this is the power of D2C.
Correct. So, like rightly she asked the question, there are competitor brands, but again, we don't have something that suits the Indian market, something that suits for India. Now, if you're talking about the pricing, why is it priced at 30,000? During our experiments, we have different qualities of jackets that we tried producing at different prices, and we've come at an optimized range. So if, say, somebody wants to understand why our product is priced at an X amount, they'll be able to clearly see the difference in quality of the product because I can just show them that. And I am a living example of a recent accident that I met wearing our own gears. That is playing a big role in my manufacturing unit also. Till now, the manufacturing unit, like the tailors, they don't know whom they're stitching the jacket for. And for them, it is like, what is this fancy stuff that they're doing? Couldn't they just simplify this? And now when I walk in after an accident and I've shown them the gear, it's like, oh, did we do that? Yeah, they're able to connect. They have somebody who's actually used their stuff, who's gone through an accident and is walking casually. They're able to relate to it much better. And this shift actually happened sometime during the pandemic.
COVID has actually changed the life.
Correct.
And both of the brands are coming out of a passion, I think. And
Absolutely.
that has reshaped. I was asking Surya ki, like, did you are like completely full-time doing this Wiser the Mile? And he was like, yes. And he's a first generation entrepreneur from his family.
Yes.
So that's a big round of applause for both Ranjana and Vivek.
Thank you.
So your story, sir. So you are like dealing with multiple brands. Specifically, your brand is giving a pump to all the D2C people?
Absolutely. I think Social Bit is more on helping out a lot of brands, especially in the D2C sectors. We helped Boat. So Boat, everyone have using a lot of things. So we know from the starting stage of Boat onwards. I think from 2012 to we know about the Boat journey. And definitely I think Hambika mentioning about the COVID have the game changer. So how people have to sell the products in lockdown time especially. So that is a game changer in the D2C. And even 200% of growth rate happening at that time, the post-COVID. So now I think we have 26.2 million people have selling their products in D2C websites.
Perfect. So I was like, I'll bit confirmed about we as an SMB Connect was dealing with entrepreneurs, we were dealing with small and medium businesses. When Sandeepan sir suggested like Bharat D2C, so I was like, what is D2C? I was not much aware about it. When I searched about that topic, and it was like vast. And this term is a buzzword today. Each and every brand is wanting to become a D2C. If a person is a manufacturer and they are selling to retailers or wholesalers, now they are thinking, why not to do it online by themselves, by having the team. So again, there is a type of locations also. If I say Delhi, Mumbai, these are the hubs when we say about D2C. But many of us do not know ki like Chennai is also a hub of D2C. Like if you go out in the street, there are so many brands who have their own retail stores and they are selling online also. That is again called as omni-channel presence. Where you have your own retail stores and you also like sell your products online. So what is your take, Chennai being an hub of D2C brands?
Yeah. So Chennai, for example, D2C, it comes to everyone's mind, it will be a Mumbai and Delhi. But in Chennai, a lot of brands are selling products directly to consumers in direct website, and some of them omni-channels or marketplaces, what you are mentioning about it. So why the people have to, they want to sell the products. So a lot of, I think how Ranjini mentioning, if there is no middleman, it's required in terms of to selling the products. If I want to sell it to via retail stores, I want to pay some commissions to that retail stores, or maybe we have to reduce our margin. So that margin directly, some of the brands directly to selling it to consumers itself, they reduce the price. Right. So that is will be a lot. And then in Chennai, a lot of brands are selling the products on online, right, like Pothys, Otto, Saravana Stores, GRT, Kazana, Preeti, Preeti Mixi and Cookers
We
and
have
Butterfly.
like entrepreneur brand stories also coming up. So they'll be talking about their entrepreneurship stories.
Yes.
Surya, on you.
If I have to add, D2C particularly doesn't mean it's that small. You can directly sell to the client and you can still be global. Okay, you can still do pan-India, you can still go international. Like they say, logistics part, for example, if you take my product or any product-based business or else even service-based business which is online, it need not be inside your office or your store or something because you are going directly to a customer. It can be global. You can take it to schools worldwide for my product. So it is possible. It does not have a geography.
Specifically not
Yeah.
situated for Chennai also. So when I talk about like coming to you, Surya, when we talk about pricing, so you are selling a product or a jacket. So if person is thinking of buying a jacket, they will like to have a look or feel how the jacket sees. So you were talking also about the specifications that you mentioned of your products. You are in touch of the leather council and everything. So how do you like basically target the audience through social media and everything and telling them like these are my specification of my product and you have to buy and like the story that you are telling also. So how do you like convince the customer to buy this through the social stories or like social media campaigns?
So, it has a lot to do with the storytelling and community building as such. I'm a biker myself, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm connected to a lot of bikers in the community across India. And when I put across a message on my Instagram or my social media or my LinkedIn or something, it is perceived in a certain way. But I cannot use the same message that I use on Instagram to be on LinkedIn also. So that kind of a storytelling gives a level of transparency to the audience, and they're able to immediately connect with me. A lot of them have my contact. As soon as they reach out to me on Instagram or LinkedIn, I respond back to them. When you talk about specifications, see, these are protective apparel, so they have a standard specification across the globe. And when you tell them that these products carry a certification, there is a level of sourcing that is involved, there is a level of proof of purchase that is involved, it adds a lot of value to when they're paying that money. And for bikers, it is they're trusting their life on it, and they're traveling a long distance. So it kind of breaks down to how many kilometers they can do on a jacket like this, and is that investment kind of worth the price that they're paying?
Right.
I think that answers.
Coming to you, Ranjini, when I talk about like having your own site for a D2C brand, currently they are present in a retail store, they are present in their own website. Now we have other segment that is an e-commerce website like Amazon, Myntra, or say like Flipkart. So how do you think, for you are present on all these stores like e-commerce website also, like, or you are just supplying through your own website?
Our marketplace presence is very less,
Okay.
5% or something. Majorly, we have our own community. We have built our own community, and we are doing through our own, our own website.
So what do you think about these marketplaces? Like, are they worth going? Or because like in your own, when you are selling a product on your website, you are not sharing any profits and all. When you talk about the marketplaces or the e-commerce website, you are like giving them the commissions and all. So how do you think like they are a boom or a bane?
See, commissions is okay. They are mentioned earlier. It's fine. Okay, you know what's coming, and you can give the commission. You can make your pricing based on that. Like somebody was saying, n is equal to 1. If it is very personalized, if the marketplace is personalized, catering to your product, your industry, it works because there is no random returns. That's one huge challenge any product-based company is facing with marketplace. See, with Amazon or Flipkart or Myntra, it's a boon also because I need not do any individual marketing for that. They are spending so much money, they are everywhere, okay, their search engine is nice, all that. So I just have to go list my products based on their commission, I have to do the pricing, and I have to make sure I ship it, okay, that's it. But now, we also face a lot of returns with this, okay. So for a product-based company, it didn't work out much for me. In turn, there are other marketplaces which are specifically good for my own industry. Those marketplaces are very nice. It works for me because they understand our industry.
Got your point. So Vivek, if I talk about like we are dealing with D2C brands, when we say like if anybody is selling their product online, not everybody is too equipped with the digital marketing. They are not, again, like Surya said, the messaging that has been happening on Instagram is not same as on LinkedIn, as not same on WhatsApp. So like, what do you suggest if somebody is into manufacturing and they are thinking of coming to the D2C brand? So what are the challenges and how you help them?
So actually, I think in a morning session, Mr. Sham mentioning about it. First, we understand about the brand and what is their requirements. So based on that, we have to communicate it to the end user. So LinkedIn users have different than Instagram users because LinkedIn 30 plus and Instagram 18 plus and Pinterest is less than that also. So we have to, based on the platforms, based on that, we have to communicate it into different manner. And the personalization will be help a lot in terms of to sell the product. Not only in D2C, even for any industries, personalization will help a lot.
Right. So we were talking about the returns, logistics and everything. So how do you think, like initially, I have two questions. One is the customized packaging. When we talk about D2C, it's all about like customization that you give, not only through your product, also through the packaging that the person is receiving, and also the logistic, how well they are receiving it, how soon the product is reaching to them. So that whole atmosphere, how do you think that impacts you as a company, and how your team is dealing it with your comments? Both.
It's actually easy with D2C because I don't have to have a proper packaging, a design made, put my products inside, and I don't have to keep it on the shelf.
Right.
Okay, because I am directly reaching my customers from the beginning. Our products have been recyclable. Our packaging has been recycled and recyclable, And nowadays, clients are also moving towards sustainable packaging. Yes, a nice packaging is all glamorous, very nice, you can gift it, but there is ways to do it with the recycled items also. So that's a big advantage of directly reaching the customers. It has to go safely. You can still do the safe packaging with recyclable things. So
Got it.
that advantage we have in D2C.
Okay. So the last question, like we all are seeing Shark Tank and such programs coming in, getting investors or getting raising money for your own brand. So how do you think, like earlier the people were not thinking about the getting investors or getting these things. But when we talk about the present entrepreneurs, they are like much passionate about that. So I would like to have your comments, Surya, on that, and your Ranjini also. Ki how do you think like having your own brand, having the whole equity to yourself is good, or like having like multiple equities and sharing, getting the investment, and that also like includes your marketing also, that boost your marketing as well. So what are your comments?
For me personally, I've thought about this. So it depends on the growth pace you want to go, and how well you want to take it. It's not about somebody else. Okay, if you have multiple equity, somebody else entering inside your company, you'll have views, you'll have mentors, you'll have people to guide you, and there is a lot of lessons also. But at the same time, I feel there's also like too soon is too good or what. I've thought about it often. Okay, see, I've followed some of the brands in my industry where they have multiple ads, so much, their ads are everywhere, their products are everywhere. Okay. As opposed to mine, where we have a very slow-paced, steady growth. So far, we've been going very steadily, very slow-paced, we are going. And I've also had consumers telling me, okay, we have your competitors making the same thing as you. They are huge. Okay, me making 176 products sounds all nice, but my competitor is making 355 products. So it's better to go to them. Okay, but clients come to you because you are approachable. You are there for them to answer their needs or answer their queries. Everything, you are there. You, your team, you are there. So I'm fine with this. Maybe later. Yeah.
In my opinion, I would agree with what Ms. Ranjini was saying. But on the other end, because we are focusing on personalization and reaching out to a more number of customers, and that's the whole concept of D2C, right? Like earlier, one of the speakers had mentioned about the 5 T's, the 6th T being the thumbs up from the investors. So if you've done your back work, take your time for it, do your back work and finish the 5 T's, and you're good for the 6th T. And I think adopting technology to a large extent helps in getting to a lot of people. Earlier, let's say in my industry, the pattern making, that is the whole let's say the money making part of the entire industry, right? It was very manual. It was very labor intensive. You needed to have a skilled pattern master to get you that kind of output. But with technology, with a lot of softwares, with going across, I can have my designer sitting in Europe. I can have a pattern master over there. They can send in their designs or the patterns here. I can have it cut here, and I can give you the same fit. So giving a guarantee of fit across customers makes it very easy for us to scale up, and that is when we'll be looking at investors or see how we can adapt it, and it'll be a wonderful scene over there.
So we would like to conclude our panel discussion with the messaging that you three have, and what should be the message to all the D2C people who are like wanted to come to this platform and have their own brand. So what is your message?
I would say identify your product, refine your product as much as you can, and then definitely you'll have to look into plugging in technology if you want to scale up.
Ranjini, your take? And specifically like women entrepreneurs right now in D2C segments are rising because online e-commerce में आना is very easy, but उस चीज़ को product को steady रखना, that is very difficult. And I have like interviewed many women entrepreneurs who are doing wonders in D2C segments. What is your message?
Okay, so I find this D2C segment very easy. In terms of pricing your products, you don't have to change the whole thing. If you decide to change the pricing of the product, you can change it. Packaging is in your hands. Taking it to the customer is in your hands. That part might sound scary, but it's still in your hands and you can reach a lot of customers. So first thing, a message or something is, first thing, start. Be confident with your product. Start. Have few pointers how you will take to your customers and be consistent. Things will just come by.
Vivek, your take?
So my key takeaways, right, for D2C brand for the futuristic, select the product, how Surya mentioning about refine it, because nowadays no one have to like the same idea or same pattern every year or every month. So we have to change it. At the same time, experiment something new. So we have to experiment, then we should able to get more ideas and more thoughts also.
That's nice. Any questions anybody has?
This question is to Ranjani Madam. Off the track, do you have any special products and toys for physically challenged children? No, why I am asking is, a lot of requirements for them to have entertainment and nursery and the classes which are very low when they go, and the parents want to offload them for some time. So do you have that? That will be a CSR objective for you.
Yes, sir. Montessori as a concept was started for specially abled children. Okay, so this was started by someone called Maria Montessori 100 years ago, and she is a doctor by herself, and in Italy she found physically challenged, specially able children. They were made to, they were together in a room, they were made to sit in a room, but no special attention was given to them. So she designed these products where you don't have to explain. Suppose you are explaining weight, size or dimension to a normal child. Okay, you could describe it with words. But for a specially abled child, you need to give objects for the child to describe it. If I'm going to say this is wood, I cannot show to the child, or I cannot just say this is wood. I want the child to come, touch, feel and understand this is wood. And then I'll say this is metal. After they touch, feel and know, and then I'm going to say what is the difference between wood and metal. So Montessori basically was founded for physically challenged and specially able children. And then it was moved to all sector of children. So all my products are made for that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's very nice. We'll be taking our last question. Any question? That's it. Thank you so much. We are glad to have a panel discussion, especially about Bharat D2C. Thank you all. Thank you.
I would request the Hello. Yeah, I would request the panelists to join us again on the stage for felicitation and group photograph. Let's have a huge round of applause for an amazing session. I hope you get to know that, how D2C brands, what are the challenges and how they overcome those challenges.